Okay, pod lovers, welcome to another See You Next Tuesday Liverpool podcast. We have a very special guest today. Please welcome Jurgen Klopp. No, we have someone even better than our Jurgen. It's Ed00's mum, Ali. Good evening, Ali. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Very well, thanks for
I think you
asking. Are you
overdid it
enjoying
there,
it?
saying better than Klopp.
No, he's right. He is right.
Nobody asked you to speak
No,
yet, okay?
definitely not.
Just shush for a second. All right, Ali, are you enjoying your holiday with your little boy?
Well, I'm enjoying my holiday, despite my little boy,
When I say little, I mean that term ironically, of course.
of course.
Um,
Am I allowed to swear?
Not yet. You can't even speak yet. Just shut up, will you? I'll get to you in a minute. Right. So my first question, Ali, to you is why didn't you give up Tristan up for adoption at birth?
Because no one would have him. Honestly, I did try.
I'm sure you did. Today
Okay.
will also be celebrating being world champions, wiping the floor with
So
Leicester, and
unprofessional.
the and, and the squeaky bum time win over Wolves. Also, we'll be previewing Sheffield United and a whole lot of other minutiae, no doubt. Hey, Buttercup, it's been a while. How's you?
Well, I was a lot better till you two were abusing me. Luckily, I've recorded some of you two laughing at me.
So, so we've just realised that Ali tried to bought in
Yeah,
Ed zero
18
zero
years
one,
too
but
late.
so hey Tristan, well, hey, did you want to give say something to Berg?
Well, I did, but I don't know. I don't think there's any point me being on this podcast, is there? I think I should just sit aside and let you two have. You've been chatting me mammoth for the past hour and a half. We haven't even started yet.
That sounds like a great idea.
You're not going to sing your song, or you're going to have a strop.
Of course I'm going to sing. I've been waiting for the chance to sing this one.
Here's your
Now you're
countdown:
going to
3, 2,
believe
1.
us, and now you're going to
Say,
believe us, and now you're going to believe us. We're champions of the world. We're champions of the world. We're champions of the world. And now, why is she looking at me? My mum's just glaring at me now.
Because that's
She
not
should have
really
joined
singing,
in.
is it?
It is.
it's Ali's used to
Better
growing
than
up with the
Beatles.
Beatles.
Exactly, much better than that.
Yeah, better than them.
Hey Ali, talking about the World Championship and Club Championship, did you remember the game against Flamenco in '83? I believe it was
81.
the one where they beat us. '81, sorry, yeah.
Oh, I think I was a bit old for that one.
Oh,
And,
okay,
and
fair
I
enough.
was too
Just thought.
young, so.
So, world domination, Tristan. What's next?
Next.
The solar system?
Well, we've got to finish off England first, just to really rub their noses in it, like get ourselves back on that pitch.
World champions. Doesn't it sound good?
Oh, it's lovely, especially that nice badge as well. Looks good. Shame we can't wear it
Oh, I wish
much,
you.
like, but
What's that? I don't understand. Why are they only letting us wear it? Why did they only let us wear it for the Wolves game? What was that about? Why can't we wear it for the rest of the season and forever?
I don't. Well, it's because it's a FIFA competition, and the Premier League don't seem to care. They seem to think it's just irrelevant. I don't understand why. You think it'd be good for them to have the world champions playing in the Premier League, but maybe it's because
Talking about
a lot of the rest of there's 19 other clubs in the league that are part of the Premier League decision-making body, and they're probably not so keen to have their noses rubbed into it as well. That probably helps.
Unbearable.
exactly,
We've had
yes,
30
Ali.
years to prepare to be unbearable, I tell you.
Unbearable.
Talking about you mentioned the term irrelevance. Paul Scholes says it's akin to winning the badminton trophy at his local pub, and we should be ashamed of celebrating the win. But for me, it's the symbolism that's significant. On the
Do
back
you
of
not
that,
just think
you're going to
Paul
get
Scholes is just a dick? So let's face it, he's a
yeah,
racist prick. He came out with a load of
yeah,
racist stuff after the South Korean Japanese thing. In an interview
yeah,
with 442, he said some highly racist things about the Japanese and South Koreans, how Asians shouldn't have a World Cup and all that. So, of course he's going to think that a cup that's, that's World Trophy is irrelevant because he's obviously just a Brexiteer, isn't he?
And he's ugly.
You go there, Ali, yes. Now you've heard it here first. Paul Scholes is ugly. And he played for Man United.
Well,
yeah, wow,
both goes with the territory.
But on the back of this, we're going to get worldwide exposure, attract new fans, sponsors, etc.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's a big deal for most of the rest of the world. It's only in England we seem to have this problem thinking we're superior. Oh,
I think he's
Hello,
gone.
guys.
Hello. You went.
Can you hear me?
That's all right. You went. It's okay. We just carried on. We're professionals, so we just filled in. And we didn't just say, oh, bollocks, we think he's gone.
One minute. That was...
Did we?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you keep going now. Yeah, don't worry. We'll fill in perfectly in this. We'll
fill in, but I don't like Tristan calling me professional.
Mate, this is going to be brilliant if we can get it going. This is... Ali, you're a superstar. Give her a 5-year contract now.
He's such a brown nose.
No, it's true.
I love her so much. She's excellent. All right, let's pick it up from...
if you want, I don't mind.
I'll do a swap.
Give her up for adoption.
I'll do a swap.
A trade, yeah.
Florida tonight.
All right, mate. Should we pick up where we left off?
Yeah, carry on.
He's still recording?
Yeah, I didn't bother pausing it. What's the point? We were filling in nicely. We were keeping it going.
Oh, fair enough.
We're like, we didn't once say anything like, "Oh bollocks, where's he gone this time?" No, nothing like that.
No, just kept singing.
Mate, so Paul Scholes can shove his shuttlecock where the sun don't shine. That's all I got to say.
Can I do it?
Please do, yeah. Ali, so let's start with Ali. What do you think? Who's your favourite player? Who's your favourite Liverpool player?
What, now or of all time?
Yeah, now and of all time as well. Yeah, currently and back in the day as well.
And are we talking about football or other things?
No, Liverpool players.
Yeah, but...
She just means,
are we talking about Patrick Berger?
Because she's in love with him, or do you mean a player?
Right. No. We're not talking about lust here. We're just talking about the football side of things.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah.
I like Mane.
Yeah, so
Sadio.
Wow. Sadio, yeah.
He's my guy.
And yeah, I agree. Great player. Agree about that. But what about back in the day when you were, growing up watching Liverpool or in Liverpool in their heyday? Who was your player and why?
Ian Callaghan. And why? Have you seen his legs?
Yeah.
That's it, really.
I thought she was going to say about when she was young, which would have been Billy Liddell and that, wouldn't it?
Oh, you're such a bugger.
That's Tristan. That's why Tristan likes Steve McMahon. Not because of his football skills, it's because of his legs and his thighs. He loves them. He salivates over them.
Yeah. I've seen him do that.
Did you? Did you guys? Ali, did you watch the FIFA World Club Cup?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
What did you think of the game?
Oh, loved it. Well, I didn't. I liked the last 5 or 10 minutes.
She spent most of it abusing the referee.
I did, because I thought they were horrible to Sadio. I thought they gave him a really hard time.
Yeah, he was getting lumped a lot, wasn't he? He's getting all sorts of kicked out of him, yeah.
If I'd have been on there, I'd have been on that pitch with my handbag.
Yeah, I can imagine. I got to be honest, right? And I know this is a really controversial thing for me to say, but as a Liverpool fan, but I wouldn't have minded. A little part of me wouldn't have minded if we'd lost because those poor souls who perished in the flamenco souls that perished in the fire in that academy. It would have been a fitting ode to them had flamenco won, but that was
Flamenco.
that was something that
It's not
flamenco. Sorry,
Flamenco's a
flamenco.
Yeah.
And I'm still not having that.
Ooh,
I don't care what
look at you.
I don't care.
No, I honestly, I actually, I listen. I got a heart. That's why I'm
yeah, I get
sentimental.
that, but no.
What's that?
That's nothing to do with football.
What's
There's
a heart?
It's what Patrick Berger keeps you yours.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course. Okay, I got it now.
So let's talk about this Patrick Berger fascination, Ali.
It's not a
Elaborate. Tell
fascination.
me more.
Please don't get us started.
Honestly, it's not a fascination.
It's obsession.
It's
Is it more of
almost
a
like
stalking thing?
yeah, it's like stalking. It is
I've
like
seen him
stalking.
lately. I've seen him lately in the media. He's still a good-looking fella.
He's still got it, hasn't he?
He's pretty stunning, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. See.
Good competition
Yeah.
here, man.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking fella. Fair play
Well,
to
he
him.
is. He is, and he's got a better hairdo than me and everything.
Better than your sons as well, but that's not difficult.
Well, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with my hair.
Anybody with hair would have a better
Classy.
haircut than him.
It's classy.
Yeah.
Edison. Classic.
And he,
Yeah,
and
something
let's
like that.
and let's face it, Alison, he wasn't a bad footballer either. He's a very
No, I
good
was
footballer.
Very good. You're glad you admitted that. Oh, sorry. Were we talking about Berger now? Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
I tell
Berger.
you what, he had a cracking left foot, didn't he?
Is that, are we still
Beautiful
talking
thighs,
football?
lovely pecs. But no, he did. He had
Tristan, hand your mum a tissue, will you?
Yeah, well, wait. She's still not forgiven me because I had a game of footy with Berger and she hasn't.
I didn't never want to
Should
play
he-
No, but
football
you
with
wanted to
him.
play with him.
Yeah, but never football.
Turn the cold shower on, mate. Turn
I
that cold shower on.
After all the time.
You brought him up.
Oh, I did actually. Yeah, it was my fault. So the game itself against Flamengo, it wasn't that eventful. I have to admit, and I'm not. And it's all coming out today. I think you're bringing out my confessional side, Ali.
God.
I didn't watch it. I was having a massage.
What?
Before you slag me off, Tristan, my masseuse is booked She's so good and so busy. She's booked months in advance, and I had double booked.
Sorry, but priorities, lad. Priorities.
I think I'd have turned down a date with Patrick Berger to what? No, I wouldn't. No.
No, that's gone a bit
wouldn't.
far. No, you definitely wouldn't do that. You'd
No.
never turn down a Patrick
No, I wouldn't.
Berger date.
I'd have missed it.
You'd have had a massage off him.
Yeah,
rather
I'd have
than
had
again.
I'd have had the radio on.
Yeah. Oh, he's back. Now we can stop filling.
Yeah,
And
we
I'm
can
back.
stop filling in again.
We can stop filling. It's all right. We've just had a whole chat about how she'd have missed a massage off Patrick Berger to go to the game, and then she admitted she wouldn't. She'd have just had the radio on in the background.
I can hear you, mate. Yeah. So where were we?
I was dreaming of Patrick Berger.
You were having a massage, and I was watching football.
Yeah.
It's the story of my life. I'm the only one that's still got a life.
Mm-hmm. Gotta agree there.
Mate, what did you think of the game, Tristan?
It's awful, to be fair. It wasn't a good match, was it? I mean, I enjoyed it because we won, but it wasn't a particularly good game, was it, really? Especially with that referee. He was appalling. He ruined every time there was a chance of a football match breaking out, he blew the whistle.
I think he was, to be honest, I recorded the game and saw it afterwards. I think the referee was just starstruck. Did you see the way he was just looking at Salah? It was like Ali looking at Patrick Berger.
Do you not think he was just he'd won a
We
competition?
He
said.
There or something. He clearly
Honestly, mate, I just think
clearly never even seen a football game before. It's just somebody put out a thing saying, "Has anyone got a kit? We need someone with a kit because the ref hasn't turned up." And he said, "Oh, I've got one."
He
Yeah.
didn't have a clue.
No, he didn't. I can imagine he wasn't vastly experienced, but they needed a local ref,
He was
obviously.
I bet he was just one of those full kit wankers down the park. They called it. It's a saying.
He was probably somebody's cousin. Yeah, he was probably somebody's
Someone
cousin.
down the park. He's got his full kit on, but he's the sado with the referee's kit on because you can't actually buy them now. You You could buy
What?
referees kit, because who would buy one? I mean, could you imagine that your kid says, I want a footy kit for Christmas. What kind of person would come home with a referee's kit? Mike Dean, maybe. Mike Dean probably would.
Yeah, probably.
I bet all his kids will all have
referees kits.
with Dean on the back as well, probably.
And I bet they get a whistle with their name on at Christmas. Bet they do.
Do you think he gets special? Do you think he gets special peas inside?
Oh,
them
definitely.
And
Yeah, they'll be
silver
mad
or
at fats
something?
then, won't
Yeah.
they?
What, like your mushy peas? Where
Yeah.
you could say, well, you had mushy peas and
Yeah.
like, what the hell
Oh,
are these?
no
These are
idea.
Marifat. What was that anyway? Don't know
No
what to
idea.
think about that,
But no.
but it feels in time because he's gone missing again. See, there's 666. He's just the devil of a bloke to work with. The
Yeah.
666. He is.
Not very professional, is he?
No, it's good job we're here. to
Good
be
job we're
professional.
here. We can fill
We
in.
can
I can actually hear you. Actually,
Hey!
thank you very much. We didn't really play that. Well, we should have wrapped it up within the first half.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
clearly much better than them. So, if the referee had
And they-
moved them,
Yeah, but again, he was starstruck. He was in nepotism. He got the game through nepotism, maybe, and he had no idea. And then
I don't think we should spread rumours like that. That's a bit vicious. Oh, nepotism. Sorry, got ya.
You're too
what
big
was I
to
gonna
go
say?
over my knee.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he is
I've seen
actually.
That's why she's got a
I-
big knee.
It was so long ago. I can't even remember the standout players in the game. I can
Well,
remember
Salah
Baker
won
having
man
a
of the match
decent
because he
game.
once had a touch of the ball.
Yeah, and he's Arabic,
Yeah.
obviously.
Well, obviously they gave
Yeah.
him. And he got player of the tournament because he turned up.
Yeah.
Salah would have got player of the tournament even if he'd not played
Yeah,
a
if he'd been
game.
on the bench.
Exactly, mate. Yeah.
It was
honestly,
quite funny
way
watching
that-
him get man of the match. Did you see his face? Like, what the hell is this?
He's embarrassed.
What,
Yeah.
what have you given me this for? Well, you're man of the match. So you'd see the guy
Yeah,
clearly
he
had
had
to
no
explain to him what he'd done, and he's like, "Really? Me?"
The best, yeah, exactly. He was he was embarrassed. I mean, the best part of that game for me was when the referee gave Salah a yellow card. He wanted to make
Ooh.
a name for himself. That Salah was embarrassed for him.
But did you see the crowd reaction and the referee? You could see him thinking, "Christ, I've got to get out of here later. I might need to settle down a bit here."
In his head, that was a good idea, giving Salah a yellow card. But really, in all honesty,
I-
Oh,
Yeah,
it
he
was
definitely got scared.
unprofessional,
I would have given Patrick Berger a red card
would you?
so we could have an early bath.
Yeah.
But-
Old ones are the old ones, eh, man?
Yeah.
And you should know because you're an old one.
That'll do. Thank you very much.
It's a good job we're professionals at this podcast.
And we can just carry on, can't we?
Carry on. There's
Yeah,
not even like
yeah.
a break in service. It's like
And-
you wouldn't even know he'd vanished,
No.
would you?
And
He's
filling
rubbish,
in.
really, isn't he? I mean, I think we need to replace him.
Yeah,
Maybe we could find somebody
you not
else,
get a
like
proper fella to
nodding
do it?
dog or something.
yeah. Get a
Nodding
proper
dog would be
fella.
more intelligent is the problem, and it's show him up a bit.
He's definitely got a face for radio, though, hasn't he?
has.
Hello?
Oh.
Have you? I'm back again.
Just as we were discussing
really
your radio face.
Oh right, yeah. I've got a face for radio,
Yeah, that's exactly what we were just discussing.
and you've got a body for radio.
Well, yeah.
Oh, gramophone.
Hey, I was just saying, Ali, have you ever met Paddy Berger?
No.
Yeah, I feel sorry
Sad
for him if you
face.
do, mate.
So do
Yeah,
I.
I can imagine.
So do I. It would be so pathetic.
She denied.
It would be so pathetic. I mean,
If I could do that for you.
what would be your opening line? Can I borrow your air band? I mean, I
Yeah,
just
it's
don't
great.
know what
Yeah,
I'd say.
See, I was going to say, if 30 years ago, you could have had Jimmy fix it for you, but you can't do that now, obviously,
You can't
for
even say
various
that.
reasons. can't you?
No, don't mention
Oh,
that.
God, you have it taken off the TV. Or radio, podcast,
Oh.
whatever we're on.
No, you'll have to edit that then.
Yeah, whoa.
I have a story about that,
But we're saving that for our
but
podcast.
it's for another podcast.
Yeah,
apparently.
more important podcast
Oh, right,
than
okay.
one with you, you know.
All right, mate.
A decent one.
Fair enough.
See?
Yeah. One that worked. All
Yeah,
right.
one
yeah,
with the
so-
other person that doesn't run away every 5 minutes.
Yeah. So you're happy with all the celebrations and you're good with that? It's not embarrassing the way we celebrated and...
Well, let's face it, I bet any of them other teams would have celebrated much more if they'd have won it. Imagine City if they'd won it.
Get in.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And it's a different era as well. Back in 81 or wherever it was, and when Man United played, it wasn't... The
2000s.
social media wasn't so powerful.
Yeah, I'm not being funny. Well, they're just jealous at the end of the day. 'Cause
Yeah.
Their team's crap, and they've got Ole at the wheel. It still makes me laugh every time I say that.
Ollie at the wheel.
Oh,
And all them Lauren Hardy
legend.
memes are cracking me up. Yeah.
Legend.
Yeah.
He just looks
I-
terrified. He does.
And the thing is, I don't get why he's just aside, but when he's been after a loss and he's interviewed, he's still smiling and laughing. I don't get it.
Isn't there a mental illness that does that to you, though, where you're like smiling appropriately?
You say that now.
No, there's something. And he's got that. He's definitely got that.
It's just really weird. I mean, his side's just lost, and every single. I mean, I can appreciate it to an extent, but aren't you angry? Aren't you pissed that your side has just lost and you're still smiling for the cameras? I don't get it. It's just there's no fire there. There's no passion. I don't think.
No.
I'm
They
sure
get
he's a love.
humiliated.
Bring in Duncan Ferguson for the passion, like Everton have done. That's why they've kept him on. You seen that?
Yeah.
Mashiri and that.
Yeah.
They kept him on because they wanted him to. That's his job now, is to bring the passion.
Maybe
Absolutely,
that's what's
man.
gone
Absolutely.
wrong.
That's what Man United
Because
Yeah.
bring him in.
didn't Duncan Ferguson have Howard Kendall's watch?
Ah, yeah. What's happened to the watch? That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Well,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
Ollie, maybe
Maybe we can
Ollie
borrow it.
needs Ferguson's pacemaker or something. Whatever.
Or his tactical acumen, or his managerial skills.
Or just
could
a bit
borrow
of his
Fergie.
chewy would do it.
Yeah. Maybe that's what he-
Yeah.
He won't even park in his parking spec, so I doubt he'd do anything else.
Sake.
Ridiculous, ridiculous.
That's brave, that is.
For God's sake.
Unbelievable. I mean, there's respect, and then there's just stupidity. All right. But on the back of that, as I said earlier, we're going to have so much sponsorship. We're going to have so much exposure, new fans. It's probably the best thing that could have happened to us winning that
What's going to
tournament.
happen with the podcast now? We'll talk about the football now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So all in all, a wonderful thing to happen to Liverpool is to win in that final, the World Club final.
Yeah, it was great.
Well, I
Good.
enjoyed it.
Right. Yeah. I enjoyed my massage actually as well, to be honest, while we're at it. All right. Let's go
Really don't worry about
into.
it. If you start talking about
yeah.
happy endings, we're finishing now.
Let's hope we can have one later at the end of the
Oh,
podcast.
please don't.
All right.
Yeah, well,
Get your mind out of the gutter. All right. Let's move on to Leicester 0, Liverpool 4.
Now that was humiliating.
That was.
Now let me just before I get
We
on
only
to
got
the
4. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Before we get on to the superlatives, right? Let me just begin by mentioning that tweet Leicester put out before the
oh,
game.
yeah.
How outright disrespectful was that?
Well, they just did this Klopp's team talk for him, didn't they?
I mean, if that was their attempt at banter, then someone in their marketing department needs to get sacked, honestly, because that was just... Do you think that... I mean, I'm sure Liverpool would have seen that. The players would have seen that, and I thought, right, and Klopp would have seen that.
Oh, that's when you take that. They'd have had a screenshot of that, and that'd have been pinned up on the wall before the match, and then they wonder why we went out and stuffed them like.
Apparently, we were jet lagged after playing in Qatar, and then we go to the second place team in Leicester, the media darlings, who are allegedly playing this scintillating, expansive football, and we give them an absolute footballing lesson, the likes of which I've seldom seen. I'm not just big in it. It was really that good.
Yeah, battered them. Absolutely battered them.
Could have been as many as
Didn't we, Ali? Didn't we?
Yeah, showed them.
Completely, Ali. Completely. Absolutely. And I'm not just making throwaway dramatic statements for effect. I honestly thought this performance was one of the most complete performances from a football team I've ever seen in all my years watching a game. And that's a long time, mate.
Yeah, it was perfect.
He is about
It was
60,
perfect.
so it would be a long time.
Nothing wrong with
Ali,
being about
I mean,
60.
As Tristan's saying, the most disappointing thing about that game is we didn't score more.
Well, keep your powder dry.
Have you ever seen the
Yeah, I
Forest
suppose.
game where we beat them
Yes,
5-0?
yeah, 5-0. Yeah,
Did you
yeah,
not
yeah.
think that was what it was reminiscent of watching? Just one side
You know what?
completely, absolutely humiliatingly dominating the other without breaking sweat either.
Exactly. That's what I say. We just took our foot off the gas and said, "You're done."
Yeah, Ali, I completely agree with you. Funny you should say that, Tristan. I saw that game a day or two after the Leicester game because that's what I reminisce back to. My memory went back to that because it was that complete. It was an annihilation.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
I used to have that on video.
yeah,
I bought you
yeah, I
that.
saw it on
The
YouTube.
man bought it me years ago when it
Oh,
came out. I wore that
oh.
out watching it over and over because I'm that sad.
Give her a cuddle. Give her a cuddle for making you such happy memories.
No.
Shut off.
I
Should have bought me a
I mean,
VHS. Come
I
on.
only got
Wasn't
him a
even
video.
Blu-ray, was it?
I mean,
Admittedly, they weren't
I was
around
text-
then, but that's no excuse.
I remember we were texting, right? And I was on cloud nine, and I texted, yeah. I'll say it again, and like I said to you last Thursday night, we'd have beaten any team on that planet with that masterclass. I don't think no one would have touched us. I really don't. No Real Madrid, Juve, Barcelona, City, no one would have beaten us on that. I mean, we wouldn't have lost to no team on the planet after that.
I agree with you there.
Yeah, great.
I think that was just fantastic.
Absolutely great.
Yeah,
Shame
I mean,
we were tired,
I can't.
though. It's just a shame we were tired because
Exactly.
we might have played well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might have done really well if we hadn't been jet lagged.
Absolutely, Ali. I mean, listen, Ali, to a man, they were faultless. I mean, from the first, they were magnificent. I mean,
It's just disappointing though that Leicester didn't get to save football.
yeah, exactly. Absolutely. I actually think that Trent and Genie didn't have. I've not seen a better game. I think they were. They gave the best performances in a Liverpool shirt. I honestly believe that. I mean, they need to take urine samples because clearly they're on something. Honestly, in my opinion, they both give career best performances.
Well, I'll volunteer to do that.
You do take the piss a lot, so
Yeah.
be perfect for it.
I mean,
No, seriously. Trent, genius.
I mean, come on, Ali. He's 21.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
I know.
He's 21. He's smashing
Jesus
records
Christ,
left,
up to
right, and centre.
33, mate. That's no good.
Awesome.
And he's for somebody who can't defend either, apparently.
Oh.
You might want to tell them
I mean,
that.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
I mean, Ali, you grew up with, the right back, Steve Nicol. Who did you? What was it? Was it Callan? No, Callan was.
Yeah, it was after me, that. We're talking Ron Yates, St.
Tommy
John,
Smith.
me, Tommy Smith.
Oh my God! Yeah. I didn't realise Tristan was that old. Oh God, yeah, that is. Yeah, but I mean, this. I mean, it's the game's completely changed from back in that era. But this guy's a phenomenon.
Oh,
I mean, have you ever seen anything like it?
No, I mean,
Have you ever?
to watch Trent against Leicester.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you could cry. It was beautiful. That's the only word.
Outrageous.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. It was poetry. And the guy is a phenomenon. He's 21. He's got so much talent. He's so modest. He doesn't even realize, I don't think, how amazing he is.
I know.
He's rewriting history books. I mean, there's no, where's his barrier? Where's his ceiling? I don't know. He could be anybody he wants to be, do anything he wants.
I think I'd prefer him to stay as Trent Alexander-Arnold myself.
But yeah, Tristan, come on, man. I mean,
he's someone else, because otherwise he'll get worse. I mean, someone might tell him something stupid like he's only Mbappe, and then he's going to, that's dropping him down a couple of levels, isn't it? Oh, is he gone again? Or has he just gone quiet because he's too excited? But I thought Trent Alexander-Arnold wolfing into it.
I think one of the nicest things that's happened in the last 2 years, though, is
when he goes
getting
quiet.
the goalkeeper called Allison. And, like, his name's Becker. That's what should be on his shirt. But it's like a little tribute.
A little tribute to you, yeah?
Well, Allison's all over the world.
Except he spelt it wrong.
Yeah, well, he's foreign.
That's true.
So
his parents might have been drunk, because that's what usually happens at the birth certificate, isn't it? One of them puts it wrong, it's a spelling error.
Yeah.
Or the registrar gets it wrong. Like,
you know, that's true, that.
Yeah. That often happens.
We called you little shit, but they wouldn't put that down either. They spelt it Tristan, which I suppose is half anagram. But
it was probably the closest thing.
Yeah.
Oh, is he there? Oh. Tell you what, we should just...
Oh, that is so funny.
Oh, he's back.
I'm back.
He's back.
It's a good job we're good, because otherwise people have noticed that you keep going missing.
Do you think they would, though?
Oh, you're good.
To be
Tell you
fair.
what, nobody's going to notice this. You're going to see what I mean.
Hey, Ali, is Becca easy on the eye?
Becca? That's what
Yeah.
we were just talking about, funny enough. He doesn't put Becca on his shirt. Have you noticed what he's got on his shirt?
No.
Allison.
He's a good looking fella as well, isn't he?
He's Allison,
He's
isn't
the
he?
new Superman.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, he's got it all.
There's
He's
a little
good
tribute.
look. Yeah, I tell you what, Becca's got it all, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's got the best name in the world. He's a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
He's married to a doctor. He's playing for Liverpool. He lives in Liverpool.
Have you seen the onesies he wears, though? That's kind of...
Listen, if I had
Oh, you're
him,
just
I'd
jealous.
wear a onesie. No, seriously, I'd wear exactly the same onesie as him. They're great.
Oh, God.
I'd love one of them. Wouldn't you like a onesie, be honest?
No.
What? Something wrong with you.
Why would anyone want a onesie? What's the point of them?
Well, when you take the kids to school and stuff, what are you going to wear?
Clothes?
No.
It's a bit warm to go out here in a onesie, to be fair.
Oh, it is here, yeah.
You really wouldn't want to be one of those fluffy warm ones, like...
Yeah.
You get there and it'd look like you just jumped out of a swimming pool straight.
Yeah, but if you're in boots...
Be like one of that, you know, when you had to when you're taking swimming lessons and you had to jump in wearing your pajamas.
Yeah, wearing
into
your...
the
And
pool.
get that brick off
Yeah,
the bottom. What the hell was the point in that?
Well, it's in case you saw someone throwing the brick. In the
Yeah, and you happen to be in your pyjamas walking
Yeah.
past.
But why would you want to save a brick anyway?
I've
I
no
mean, if someone
idea.
throws a brick in,
I
Wait
never
a
got
minute.
the angle
Let
of
me-
that.
you just leave
What?
it.
It-
I mean, who cares?
It was a black rubber brick, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
always.
who cares
Yeah,
if it drowns?
I got it once.
I'm
Did
not
you used to
saving
get it? Did you ever used to pick it up though? And he got to pick it up once.
I can only remember actually getting it once.
Oh, well, I
Can't
did.
remember getting it all the time. I used to say
Yeah.
I used to say I had asthma and stuff because I didn't want to go to baths. We used to, where I lived, they were all they were all dirty kids. And you
Especially-
knew the last time they had a wash was when the midwife came, and then you were getting in the swimming pool with them. I don't think so.
You can tell what it's like in Bootle, can't you? Hey?
Yeah.
Classy.
No way,
Ali.
on God's earth. Farouk
Ali.
United. Yes.
Oh my God, Ali, why didn't anybody ask or challenge the swimming instructor and say, "Why are we picking up a brick from the middle?" Like, why didn't nobody ask? They just did it, right?
Yeah, you did. And you had to remember you were in your jammers and you had to take your jammers off. It sounds all. It's all a bit. Yeah, you had your swimming costume on, but you had to get in the water. Do you think they only done it? I was at an all-girls school. Do you think they...
Because you went to a girls' school, because I definitely don't remember that.
Well, I'll tell you now, it wasn't Jimmy Savile wasn't me bloody instructor. But now you've got me wondering. Yeah, you'd have to get in your
so right.
Did
so
you
went to as well? But yeah, you went to an all-girls school as well.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. You're right. We had to do that once. I remember you had to bring your pajamas in. Yeah. You had to to get in the water, take them off, and then go and get the bricks.
That's right. What the hell was the point in that? We didn't even have any pajamas. We had to borrow a pair.
It was perverts. That's the point of that.
Yeah.
That's what it's all for.
Nobody's going to be perving at you.
Listen, I was quite a catch when I was 6.
What, like the brick at the bottom of the pool?
Yeah.
Exactly. Anyway, we're digressing. Yeah, listen.
What's going on with this? This is a football podcast, isn't it?
Football.
Exactly.
Who told you it was a
I
football
don't even
one?
know what a podcast is, but I know enough to know that we're supposed to be talking about football.
No, we don't do football on this one. We saved that for the other one.
You don't, anyway. What was I going to say to you? Right.
He doesn't even know what football is. He's too busy having massages.
True.
All right. Klopp in his interview after the Leicester game said there's lots we can improve on. I think he's been on the wacky backy. If we can play better than that, I'd be surprised. If Man City had produced that football, we would never have heard the end of it.
But you not just think he was saying that to take the, to just like stick the finger up to everyone to say, yeah, we can still get better than
you're
this.
right, yeah.
So you think we're playing now? Wait till we get going, and everyone else is just going, oh my god, scare tactics.
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake. It's like, can we not find a boomerang or something? Because that at least comes back.
It's like a fart in a colander. Never know when he's going to suddenly turn up.
He's probably got to find his PJs to put on.
Yeah, to look for a brick.
Maybe someone threw a brick in the stream.
Yeah.
And he's gone in to
He's
save
gone in.
it. Yeah.
And then he'll have a massage straight after.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Oh, he's back. Did you save that brick?
Did you save that what?
Brick.
I thought you just said, did you... I thought you were talking to Jordan Pickford. Did you save that prick?
There's no point asking him. We know full well he wouldn't have saved it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
He just puts it in the back of the net. And then they say, oh, well, he did well to get his hands to it. He got his hands to it. He should have bloody saved it. But there we go. We take that.
You see the winner? Did you see the City?
To do with football.
Yeah, exactly. Rodgers, in his post-match interview after the game, looked shell-shocked.
Did he try to take credit for the Liverpool performance? Because that's his usual trick.
I'm surprised he didn't, mate. He was absolutely shell-shocked. He didn't know what to... He actually at one point said we played well.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? I was nearly crying when I saw that. That's one of the best memes of the year, that one.
You've got to take more water with it. Hasn't he? Got to take more water with it.
Yeah, exactly. Or more pills. He didn't get out of their penalty box.
He's probably forgotten he's managing Leicester at this point, because he did, obviously, as he was the main, because as he said, we had a big part to play in the project. I don't know who we.
Yeah.
Like this, I'm assuming it's the royal we, or maybe he meant Colin Pascoe, because you know how close they are. Before he stabbed him in the back.
He must have made the team or something.
Let's talk about that. How cutthroat was it? Was it basically what happened there with that Colin Pascoe
he
sacking?
Stabbed him in the back.
Did he actually?
Yeah.
It was basically that cutthroat. He said, right. Ireland, the FSG said to him, right, the results. We need better results.
Has to change. we're going to bring in a new coaching system. He said that's okay, but I'm get rid of all these useless tossers then, and I'll stay. Don't worry. Oh, and he's gone again. He's useless.
We need a little tune or something that we can hum
we could
along
just
when
we
he
could just
disappears.
play. We could just sing
I
songs.
can hear
I
you.
think I'm turning Japanese. I'm Minamino.
Minamino.
Oh God, please don't sing.
Go on.
Please don't sing.
Yeah, go on.
You know
Sorry,
you're going
mate.
to make everyone run away screaming.
Yeah, so you were saying that FSG said you got to check. We need new coaches or whatever. We need to change the way we play or whatever. What happened then?
Well, he just basically threw them under the bus. Said, "Yeah, no problem. Get rid of them all. I'll start again afresh with new people. You pick who you want, basically, as long as you give me a job."
Was there any danger of him losing his job, or was it they just said, "Look, we need new coaches, and you got to get rid of them"?
Yeah, if he hadn't agreed to change them all, he would have gone as well. That's why he did it. Save his skin.
Wow, that is just slimy, eh? That is. I mean, and people don't forget stuff like that either.
Changing things, he got rid of his wife not so long before, had he? So
wasn't she the Massor, the new one?
Yeah, she is now.
Don't want to say anything, but.
Yeah, your missus isn't listening, is she? Because, that's the Masseur is the one that, they go off with these married men, innit?
Yeah. They may even miss a game for it.
Yeah.
Mate, the ironic thing is, my wife's having a massage right now.
Oh, well, it's
unlucky.
Oh, well.
Ooh.
Check that
Should I be worried?
Agreement. Yeah, check that prenup agreement. Make sure you get something, mate, because you could be in trouble otherwise.
A masseur's clause. Yeah. All right, mate. So let's move on to Liverpool 1, Wolves 0. I know the match is on in half an hour anyway, so the Sheffield United match. So
we'll pause it.
We'll have
and
to
then
kick
we'll
on.
Come back and do the. We can review the Sheffield United match straight afterwards. Then.
Yeah, of course we can. Yeah. Now, is there anything else you want to say on the lesson? I mean, for me, I just want to cap it by saying I don't think we've got the credit we deserved after that performance. I thought it was a one in a generation. I mean, one in a decade, or one in a. It was that good. I mean, words escape me now, but that performance was that comprehensive. I don't think we got the credit we deserve from the media.
It's like watching a game of FIFA. You know what I mean? When your mates around. And you're playing FIFA against someone who's never played the game before. Because that's what Leicester looked like. A team that had never played. You know what I mean? They were awful. And it wasn't because they were bad. It's because we were so much better than them. They just didn't have a clue.
I think Sioncho was, if he wasn't so good for them, they'd have been.
Do you think he's good? I think he's massively overrated. He's got no positional sense. He's all over the shop. Quick and a good tackler.
I've got to be honest, mate. I'd have him over Maguire any day.
That's not really saying much. That's like saying you'd have him over, Harold Shipman as your doctor. I mean, it's not really much of a choice, is it? Harold Shipman or some guy who's never done doctoring in his life. I'd still choose the Sionchu.
You wanted me to have Dr. Shipman as my doctor.
I know, I did try, but you wouldn't go. Selfish. We'd just done the will and everything, and she still wouldn't go.
Changed it.
You've got nothing to. He's gone again.
You're not in it anymore.
So excited at this. He can't contain.
I'm back.
I'm
back.
He can't keep up with it. He's laughing too hard. He's probably wetting himself and had to run to the toilet to relieve himself. Mind, last time
I actually do want to go. I do want to go for a pee. Actually, I'm not going to lie.
Well, we'll have to.
You wait till you get to my age, mate. You won't be sat there hanging on.
No, she's just.
I need a diaper next to her.
We've got a towel underneath her. Constantly.
You're going to get yourself a little milk bottle.
Yeah.
It'd only need a big one. Little for you.
Hey, listen, what was I going to say to you? But no, with Maguire, Pep wanted him at the City, and United just outbid them.
Know about defenders? Have you seen the dross he's bought? I had to change what I was going to say there. John Stones. Oh,
he looks like Arlene Foster on a bad hair day.
Who does?
Maguire.
know what.
Oh, who's the leader of the DUP in Northern Ireland?
Oh, right.
That's for the Irish audience.
Oh, right. Oh, you're good.
Good girl, Ali.
Good
See?
one. She's
We had-
bringing them in here.
I'm trying to spread it
We
out.
had some cerebral and cultural references,
wouldn't
unlike
go
our
that
normal podcasts.
And
We
everybody
just
here
talk
have a
out of bollocks.
deafening silence where everyone's going, who?
Exactly.
And the Irish are
it's
giving it,
not-
yay, laughing their heads off.
Oh, that woman that looks like Harry Maguire.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Irish listeners are all laughing their heads off.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah.
You've got to.
The Norwegian ones.
Yeah. They'll be Googling as we speak.
Exactly. That's exactly what they'll be doing. And there'll be a laugh 2 minutes later.
Yeah, they'll be saying Confucius Burke has just made a statement. So we'll Google that.
It'll be on. They're looking on Google image search right now
as we speak.
Yeah.
Going,
you can hear the laughter now,
like
can't
Harry
you?
Maguire?
See, they've just. I just heard one of them then say, "Oh Christ, he does."
Yeah. But they still won't know who
that was
she
some
is.
Arabic guy in your building.
They still won't know who she is, like, but at least they'll know she looks like Harry Maguire.
Then they'll Google the woman, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They'll be Googling that and they'll be trying to figure out who she is
And
afterwards.
And because of Confucius Burke, they will be enlightened, and they'll know a lot more than they did before they started the podcast.
They'll be saying, "I'm going to tune in next week because this is fantastic for education."
Yeah, I don't think that's likely to happen, is it? They'll probably be they'll be tuning in next week to see if we can
see if we found it. You know that where's Wally? It's where's Avid.
Yeah.
We've set a precedent now because we've set the bar so high that they'll be tuning in next week, and it'll be like
disappointing because it'll just be me and you. Such a letdown.
When's my series going out?
Well, but as soon as we've recorded the second and third set of episodes, we've only got one episode recorded so far.
Ali, after this,
it's rubbish.
Ali, after this, you'll get a Netflix special. You won't even want to know us.
Aye.
She doesn't want to know us anyway. What are you talking about?
You'll disown Tristan for sure.
Again.
I have anyway. Do you know I'm going to have written in my contract that Patrick Berger has to ask me the questions?
That's your rider, is it? That's your whole rider, is it?
Yeah.
Patrick Berger, that's
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be much of a series then, because all you do is go, and that'll be it. That'll be your answer.
No, I'll be saying, "Go on then, Patrick, if you force me." That's what it would be. The answer to everything.
Yeah.
Forget the drink and the meal. Let's just go for it.
Yeah. You know what you were saying about if he's got that'll be the other rider that he has to have a massage, and she's the masseuse. Yeah.
I don't need flowers, Patrick.
No, not at all. Or chocolates.
Or your clothes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You look a bit hot. Would you like to take something off?
I just need your hairband and your broken English.
Yep.
Broken English? He speaks better English than any of us.
You speak for
Yeah,
yourself.
that's the point.
I was.
Yeah.
I speak the Queen's English, thank you.
Which Queen?
Well, I don't know. My mama was
Lily
calling me
Savage.
Queen when I was a kid. So.
Yeah, Tristan speaks Queen's English.
Oh, my God. He doesn't even speak pidgin English.
I think he means Freddie Mercury.
Oh, Freddie Mercury, yeah.
Not found the right girl yet, have you, Tristan?
Oh, what?
I said you're not found the right girl yet.
God, no.
Oh, God love her. He hangs around outside the deaf school, don't you? And the blind school. And all
The
them
blind
things,
school,
I
yeah.
know. And he tries giving all their guide dogs a biscuit, but they still can't pull.
Yeah, and he yanks their chain as well. He still can't pull.
No.
I don't have to come here to be insulted, you know. I can go anywhere.
Yes, you do. It's the best. It's the highlight of our year, Tristan. We don't get Ali here, only get her here. once a year.
It's not even it's not the highlight of my year, and it's only the second day.
And I'm not being funny. It's not really the highlight of mine either.
You lie.
See,
This
sort of
is the
sad
only
laugh, I
thing
am.
you've got. Like she's been so excited about doing this for weeks.
That'd be right.
Honestly, really excited. As in,
Next year we'll try and
have
get.
to do this now. Let's drag her in.
I've been blackmailed
All right,
into this.
I got a box of
let's
chocolates. She'll do anything.
That's true, actually.
Even Paddy. Let's
Especially
kick on. Yeah, especially, yeah. What was that? A milk tray. Can you imagine that he was your milk tray man, Ali?
I have imagined that a number of times, actually.
Can you imagine if he...
for me to hear these kind of things. It's my mother, remember? I feel sick.
Yeah, but it's Patrick Berger.
Yeah, I know. There's life in the old dog yet.
And yourself, Ali.
And there may be snow on the roof, but there's still a fire burning in the grate.
I'm gonna vomit.
I love this. This is brilliant. Let's crack on to Liverpool 1, Wolves 0. I don't know what to say. We didn't play that well. We looked tired against a Wolves team, fueled by confidence, I suppose, and adrenaline,
And
talent.
You're not going to claim VAR saved us, are you?
No, and a superb manager they have. But saying that, we should have been 3 goals up at half time. I don't know how VAR saved us.
Exactly. We were the
You
better
know,
side. They were good, but they just weren't quite as good as us. And we deserved to win, I thought. Not by much, but
they were better in the second half. They weren't. I mean, we should have been. Salah missed a sitter with, was it 2 minutes gone?
Yeah, that's absolutely true. We said that.
yeah, exactly. We had plenty of chances, and it was our own fault that they were close enough that it nearly came down to a VAR decision.
But do you not think, like, we've seen this before in history, haven't we? And for them, it's like playing a cup final.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see that. And the thing is, they're going for Champions League as well.
Having a pee? God,
Can you hear that?
I tell you what, it's like...
He's definitely gone, hasn't he? And somewhere else.
Yeah, he's gone to the bathroom. You can tell by the echo.
Yeah, there's an echo.
I tell you what.
How do you know that?
So unprofessional.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
We here are proper, like, radio host type, podcast. No, what is this? What do you call it?
Unprofessional. Your mum's been sexually harassing Patrick Berger for the past hour and a half, and I can't have a pee.
Yeah, but I mean,
we listen.
we'd rather not hear you, like.
I mean,
I can't believe.
at least shoot on the ceramic rather than in the water.
Oh my God!
Where have you put the
Let's
mic?
move on.
You don't want to know where he's
Where's he put the mic?
You don't want to know.
When
Let's
you
talk
said
about
he was
Wolves
clever,
being-
Dick, I didn't know that's what you meant.
I never used the word clever.
Let's talk about Wolves. I mean, let's say one thing. The ref was awful. I mean, really bad.
Yeah, but what do you expect? It was, what's his face, wasn't it? The Mancunian one.
It was Sports Altrincham. He supports Altrincham, doesn't he?
Yeah, of course he does.
Yeah.
Because everybody in Manchester supports Altrincham.
I'm not being funny. If he's from Manchester, he's not going to support United, is he?
Exactly. So.
Good point, Ali. Great point. Well made. All right. Let's talk about.
Stockport, like, so he'll be a Man United fan because that sticks
No.
out the outer belt.
Yeah.
Have you washed
Let's
your
talk
hands
about
before we carry on, like?
What difference it make to you?
I don't know.
You're not going to shake my hand or anything.
Me if I don't wash my hands, so I'm just.
I wash my hands. I wash my hands.
There, like.
Thanks, mate. Pick it up.
Yeah.
I'm very hygienic and neat. Anyway, let's talk about the burning points in the game. All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
We just were
to
surprised. We didn't think there was any burning points in the Wolves game.
Yeah.
Well, there was the VAR decisions, and there was the perform. Is Adama Traore the next big thing that everybody seems to think so?
No.
He's clearly improved on but then again, anything's an improvement on last season.
He's
He
a good
was
player. Don't
pretty.
get me wrong, but like you've got to remember, he's running. He's making. You watch him. He's making probably 90% of his decisions are wrong. If Salah did that, we'd be crucifying him. You know what I mean?
Right. I get that.
It's
but
a different level he's being asked to perform at, if you see what I mean. He's judged to a different standard. If he stepped up and he's playing at Liverpool, he would be seen as not good enough.
He's second tier.
Yeah. He's fantastic for Wolves, but you step up. It's like Zaha. When they step up, they're found wanting because they're just not that good. Jack Grealish is another one. That's why Villa are where they are, because he's just ridiculously overrated. He's just not that good.
Yeah, I know. He's a particular favourite of yours, isn't he?
Oh, it's just embarrassing. People keep asking about him. It's like, come on, he's nowhere near Liverpool quality.
Oh, they want him for Liverpool? Oh, no. I wouldn't have thought that would be...
Asking that. It's like the only person who's been interested in him is Pochettino, and you've seen his record on signings. They're all crap, so, I'll give
he was very close to Spurs, wasn't he? Yeah. But, so Traore is not the next level. Now, let's talk about the VAR decisions. Personally, I think they were both correct. It was a letter of the law. Oh, you can understand the Wolves equaliser. I mean, hopefully there's a rule change soon next season, and goals that close will be given, but it wasn't, and it was offside.
Yeah, we've suffered a few of them, so it's just,
Yeah, you win some, you lose
but
some.
I would have preferred that to start.
Exactly.
Personally, I'd have preferred that start. I think we'd have just gone and scored. We could have stepped it up if we wanted, so I didn't see that as a major issue. I think we just did enough.
You say that, Tristan. I mean, I think Wolves rallied after the break. We looked leggy, and they took advantage.
Tired.
We did look a bit tired, but I still think there was more in the tank. If they needed to step it up, I think we could have. Because you watch Trent, and he's just cruising back. He's saving his legs each time he's running back. He's clearly under instructions. Keep it. Take it easy. Like, don't overdo it. The Wolves fans seem to think he was being done every 5 seconds by Vinagre, but I must have watched a different game, because the only times Vinagre had any joy against him was when Trent was caught up field. He couldn't get past him. So I don't know what they were on about.
Yeah, and I remember Klopp saying at the Leicester game, the last 10 minutes, he was going epileptic because they were running too hard, and he wanted them to conserve energy.
Exactly. And
so
that's what I thought was that was all I thought it was. Is these players have been told, take it easy, play within yourself. We've got a lead, just hold on to it. That's all. Just save his legs, because we've got another game.
Fine.
We've got
because Ali,
we've got no spare defenders. Take it easy.
Yeah, and Ali, like
what?
Like
what?
a virgin touched for the very first time. It's called filling in.
Yeah, but I think people would rather we just didn't fill.
I
think they'd rather there was just an empty space, just a beep or something, or maybe like a Spectrum loading. That. Beep.
Oh, I don't know.
The last thing I heard was you singing a Madonna song.
Oh God!
Oh yeah.
You heard that, like.
Well, all we heard from you is like.
Ali, like. And that was it.
Oh right, yeah.
So
Ali,
she started singing like a virgin.
Let me finish what I said. You remember, like me, the last time Liverpool won the title 30 years ago. Yeah. So, my point is that we have to do, like you said, 1-0 is fine, and it is fine because it's all about that Premiership title.
Yep.
It's not about being heroes. It's about getting to that end, getting to that title, picking it up, picking that trophy up, and putting us back where we belong on our perch.
Yeah.
So
1-0.
It's not about performances. Exactly. I don't mind if they're all last-minute goals off your elbow, whatever it is.
Win or bleed, just win.
Exactly. Win at all costs. Doesn't matter about the performance.
We can worry about playing well once we've got the title wrapped up. That's how I look on it.
Absolutely. And also, there's the Champions League as well. We're in there still. So
FA Cup. We got Everton, yeah.
Never.
What do you?
Sorry.
What?
Yeah, but they've got Carlo
That's
now,
the
and apparently
thing.
he's the greatest manager in the history of
Yeah.
the world now he's joined Everton, and he's going to win everything this season.
Well, we'll
so they
see.
tell us.
We'll see.
It's just lucky. It's just lucky. We've just got to say one thing, though. We're just lucky that Moyes didn't join West Ham at the start of the season, because what he does is win, remember?
Well, all over Facebook today was Sheffield United were training out at Stanley Park.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw the pictures, and the dog doing a pee over the cone. Yeah.
Yeah, they turned down Goodison.
I was just about to ask, why didn't they train it? Because Everton always offer the away team.
And they went, no, you're all right.
It's probably better at Stanley Park. To be fair, there's better facilities.
Better pitch.
Yeah.
Better pitch.
Groundsman's better.
Better class of dogs.
Yeah, and probably better
Everything.
opposition. They can get in a few kids. They'll be much better than space than Everton.
I've no idea why. That's true.
The food's probably better in Stanley Park as well.
Oh, definitely. Go fishing on the Boughton Lake. How embarrassing is that for Everton?
Oh my God, yeah. So, guys, what do you think of that 2-0 routine win against Sheffield United at Anfield? What do we think about that?
Ooh, fantastic tonight.
Oh, just bossed it.
And they're a good side, Sheffield United. Probably the best defensively that I've seen this season. Other than
we made them look ordinary.
Yeah, we're just totally in charge from kick-off to final whistle.
To us, to be fair, they were ordinary.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, you can see Chris Wilder's face towards the end when he sank down on his haunches, and he's just like, I don't know what to do. I've got nothing I can do.
Yeah. There's no reply. There's no retort to that. The thing is, I think what we did what we normally do. We start fast, create 2 or 3 chances. We usually go 1-0 up, and miss a really gilt-edged chances to go 2-0 up, and then we make it a little bit hard for ourselves, and then we score later on in the game.
It's routine, yeah.
Absolutely, it's traditional behaviour.
Yeah, the boss.
Yeah, I thought going 1 defeat in 59. It's insane. I mean, who does that?
Us.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
us in the 80s, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think it's 4 more wins, and then it's at home, and it's the longest stretch we've gone unbeaten since the 80s or something.
Yeah, wow. I can well believe it. We've been fantastic.
Yeah,
absolutely. And credit goes to. I mean, it's Norbert, it's Klopp. I mean, he's just transformed us. Can you the pile of doo-doo we were when Rodgers left us, and we were in disarray, really.
Rodgers himself told you that he built the foundations for Klopp to build on. Mm-hmm. You can't say that we were a pile of doo-doo. Oh God, poor Brendan. I mean, he did so much for our club. Feel free to jump in with any examples. I'm struggling. Okay,
he got his teeth done.
Yeah, and he got orange skin. Lost weight.
And slimmer. Yeah, exactly. They're great foundations. They are.
About all he did was bugger off so we could get Klopp in, really.
So fair play to him then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, legend. Yeah, but I mean, it was imperative. I mean, it was just gravy, but that I couldn't believe it when Klopp signed an extension. It was just what we needed. I mean, best thing that could have happened in the circumstances. The guy I mean, that quote, I mean, it's a cliche now and it seems a bit cheesy, but from doubters to believers, it's just going to be echoing for eternity, And
he's done
on repeat.
Well. He's the master. Absolute master.
He really is. And I mean, it's not as if he hasn't had challenges on the way. I mean, he lost his best friend and, closest confidant in Buvac, the brain. So he's had to overcome a massive hurdle like that. And that would have knocked so many people off their stride, and he's overcome that. And obviously there's been injuries as well.
You've got to say that's actually, if anything, that seems to have taken us a step forward. Seems
Yeah,
like
but that's
it's
ironically,
got a
yeah,
fresh
yeah,
new,
yeah,
fresh new impetus to it. It's bizarre. It's hard to believe, like, but it really does seem to have
exactly.
been a help in the end. Which is none
Of
of us
course,
were
but if you,
sure it would be at the time. But
yeah, and it's no work of his doing. Well, I suppose he had an argument with him. I suppose it is his. Actually, he did himself a favour. Yeah, you're right. But what I'm saying is that if you'd asked Klopp, right, we're going to get rid of Buvac. Do you want to get rid of Buvac? 100 times out of 100, he would have said no.
no, exactly.
Right. So exactly. So he's had to overcome that, and he's
Oh yeah, I
just.
think he's
I
turned
mean,
it
all.
into a plus, is what I'm saying. I'm not trying to say that it's.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it as in like it's a plus. I
Yeah.
mean he's turned it in. He's
Yeah.
turned it around, made a fresh start. Like
Yes, but he hasn't done it by design. It's been by default. I see what you mean.
that's what a great manager does. They manage
Yeah.
what they get.
Yeah.
You know, they just manage the circumstances. And Klopp truly is a great manager.
Oh,
Yeah. And he's also, for some reason, somehow, the transfer committee has clicked as well, and they're making fantastic decisions rather than poor ones now.
Do you not think it helps that they've got a manager who actually knows what he wants? In Rodgers, he was a bit of a ditherer. He didn't really know. You know what I mean? He was choosing players that didn't suit the way he wanted to play. That was was my biggest beef with his signings. Is that he get them in? He didn't know how to use them. When we saw with Milner,
he just wanted players. Yeah.
He didn't have a clue how to get the best out of Milner. He signed him
and
because he
Bobby.
wanted the experience, but he didn't know what to do with him.
Yeah.
And the same with Bobby Firmino. But he gets him, and
Yeah.
it's like, well, doesn't
Now
know
what?
where to play him.
Plays him on the right of midfield, doesn't he, at some stage as well? Yeah. No, it's totally. No, I get your point, and you know, it's saying that in the press conference, saying that he won't sign Balotelli, and a few days later he signed Balotelli. And I mean, it's like Klopp would never do that. You know, it's not even comparing apples to apples. I mean, this team and this club has gone through that barrier. It's gone stratospheric now, and I mean, I can't just imagine. I mean, I go travel when I travel all over the place. When I travel internationally, everybody has heard of Liverpool. When you talk football with people, there's no one that hasn't heard of Liverpool. Kids, I'm talking about. I'm not talking about older people. I'm talking about like 6, 7, 8-year-olds. Why am I talking to 6, 7, 8-year-olds? I don't know, but anyway, that's a story.
We'll gloss over that. We'll go past that.
Yeah. Edit that one out.
Yeah, I think we might need to.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's totally down. And also he's had that with that Buvac going. He's had Linda stepping up as well, which has been an absolute revelation. Also,
He was earmarked as a top quality coach, and he stepped up. Wow.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's not. I mean, we are. I mean, I don't know. I just saw the table. I think it's. We're 13 points ahead now with a game in hand. Is that correct?
yeah, we still got a game in hand. Yeah.
That just doesn't. That beggars belief that we could go 16 points ahead. I mean,
do you have a league ladder to update at the end of each set of games like I do?
Father Christmas brought him in.
Yeah. Remember I sent you the picture? You were like, "What's that?" Don't get it.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Did you never?
Did you not get one as a kid?
No, I was deprived. I had a sheltered upbringing.
Oh man!
I'd say that was the only reason people bought Shoot was to get the league ladder, and then you had to buy another issue.
You had money to buy magazines.
Yeah, comics.
Exactly.
And it used to spend.
You never heard that? Yeah, sorry, we did. You have to work to do that. Sorry, that's where we were forgetting who we were talking to.
and then you'd wait till the Pink Echo come out.
Yeah.
So you could update the table.
Oh.
Did you have
right.
Down in
No, we didn't get the Liverpool Echo in London, Tristan. Funny that.
Did you not get a pink football paper?
Yeah, because in Sheffield it's green, isn't it?
Is it green?
The greening. Yeah.
Every area I thought had one.
Hey, Ali, what's pink and hard in the mornings?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think we should.
The Financial Times crossword.
Oh, God. Oh,
how's you managed to still lower the tone even though it's already in the gutter?
Let's go back to the Sheffield United Liverpool game. I thought Gomez and Virgil were very, very good.
oh, superb.
Aren't they always? It's
That-
kind of like, you know.
Yeah,
Gomez
but Gomez is stepping up now. Since he's really stepping up, and I mean, he's back. He's back. I feel sorry for Matip.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Because when he comes back, he's not going to get in the team.
No, he's going to struggle.
Unless Gomez gets injured again. Which fingers
But have you noticed? It's like we've had 3 centre backs partnering Virgil, and they've all done really well up until they leave. They get injured or whatever, and the common denominator.
Well, though. You got to remember he played alongside him in the early
Yeah.
couple of games, and he struggled, and he got dropped for Matip came back in. That was when he lost his place.
Yeah, but what my point is that he's playing well now with Virgil, right? But my point is that Virgil's the common denominator here. He's the one that's excelling these guys to play better and play to their potential. Because even Lovren was playing well when he came back.
I think that's a bit harsh. Lovren's a good player when he plays. I think the
No,
problem is people are just looking for reasons to pick at Lovren and that. But the team didn't give them a chance because we're playing so well.
No, I concur. But what I'm saying is I think it's Virgil that's actually... If it's not for Virgil, I don't think this defence is... Obviously, it's not as good. But I don't think... I don't...
In the world.
Exactly. I don't think Lovren Matip... I mean, I don't... What I'm saying is that I think Virgil is making these players...
It's what you're trying to say is we should have bought Harry Maguire instead. That's what I think you're saying, isn't it? Because he was fantastic yesterday, wasn't he? Did you watch that? What a performance. Oh, it's loving every second.
But what's happening? I mean, there's no loving with Maguire anymore. People have realised he's been an expensive... He's wasted the money. Yeah, exactly. But why were these... top clubs after him? Why was United after him? Why was City after him?
Clueless scouts. If they'd have just listened to me, they'd have known not to sign him. But you know.
No, but I can't believe that.
It's just bad scouting. If there's a problem with the scouting networks at these clubs, they don't know how to pick a defender.
But they're the biggest clubs in the world. They're the top within the top 5 clubs in world football. Surely.
That's the problem. They're looking for the wrong things. They're not looking at positioning and stuff like that. They're looking at stats and they're looking at how they play on the ball and stuff like that. They're not looking at the things that actually make a defender a good defender.
If you were looking for a bouncer for a lesbian club, you'd have him, wouldn't you?
Harry Maguire, perfect.
He'd be great for that. But he's not much good for house else.
I can't argue with that one, can I, really?
No.
He's corpsed again.
Oh.
Lost him again.
What's the matter with him?
We'll just carry on our own as we've been doing all the rest
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Laughing.
Oh my God, that is one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life.
You're easily pleased.
Yeah, you're easily
No
pleased.
wonder your missus married you.
Oh my God! Shouldn't that be the other way around? She's easily pleased. If you're gonna destroy me, get your banter correct, mate. Do you know what I mean? Get it the right way round.
Maybe she likes to laugh.
So fun.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, exactly.
Him, yeah.
Hey, right. So, any standout players in the game today, apart from Virgil and Gomez?
Trent again.
Well, standard.
The team.
Yeah.
Ginny won. I mean,
The team.
Really.
Genie was excellent.
And poor
Again, he's powerful.
He made about 45 runs. Never got a pass, and then he still chased back and won the ball back. Henderson, he was excellent.
Yeah, Henderson, brilliant again.
He's having season, isn't he?
Oh,
Isn't he? Yeah. But honestly, I loved. Yeah, I'm loving Genie though. I think Genie's pulling out some stellar performances. It's so hard to get off the ball off him when he just goes round you, through you. He does pirouettes. It's amazing.
He just bullied that Lundstrom all over the place. You're thinking
all over the place. Yeah.
He normally bullies opposing midfielders.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's how he's been able to, they've done so well in the league so far, is in large part due to him bullying the opposition. And Genie was just
he was coming.
running through him like.
Genie was coming out of armpits at some stage. You know what I mean? It was unbelievable. It was
Maybe
great.
That's why they were practicing down the park.
Yeah,
because it was like a park. It was like a park player compared to the rest. The way Ginny played.
Absolutely brilliant. Harvey got a couple of minutes at the end. I was happy to see that.
Yeah, it was always nice to see the kids get a run out. I thought you'd be pleased to see Lallana as well, as I know he's a particular favourite.
Love that.
Yeah,
love that. What was I going to say? Did you see that pass by Trent on the 5th minute to the other side of the? He had it on the right and he passed it to the left to Robbo. It was the most glorious pass. It was on 5 minutes 20. Not that you'd be noticing, but
not that
the time. But
did you? Or anything. Not that you were timing.
No, I just no. What a beauty! Absolute beauty. There was no contentious decisions. I think that it was just routine, really, and on we go. I mean, Salah could have scored another 2, probably, again.
Yeah, I mean, the chances weren't great chances we missed, though. There wasn't many great chances. There was a couple, but maybe could have had
They're
one.
Great defensively.
They're solid.
No, you're right, Ali, yeah.
And then we got 2, so...
Yeah.
Yeah,
even better forward than they are defending.
And although it's not the football isn't as sexy as 2 years ago, maybe, but we're still creating a hell of a lot of chances.
I actually enjoy the way we're playing now, because it's it's pushing. You can see them moving the opposition around. I mean, there's a real definite plan to everything we're doing. They know what they're looking to do. You know what I mean? There's none of this just hope, just ping it over the top and hope someone can get onto it. It's always, if they pull them back, then they ping it over the top when they create the space because they know someone's going to run, or they're looking to, constant crossfield passes to pull them out of shape. Because especially Sheffield United, because they're very good at defending their flanks. They have lots of bodies out there. And they normally overload the flanks, and they were getting absolutely destroyed on the wide areas. And that's why I think Chris Wilder just thought, well, what can I do? That's our strong point, and they're just overwhelming us. I mean, you can't beat it sometimes.
Wilder was bewildered. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
But did you see how highlighting what you're saying? It's like it's kind of a progression in the total football. Like Trent will come to the left, Robertson will go to the right, Milner come down the right. It really is. I mean, it's beautiful to watch.
The formation is literally now just where they stand at kickoff. That's it. There's no no consequence at any other time.
It's fluid, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's just fantastic.
I mean, Ali, did you used to go to the games back in the day?
Yeah, in the 60s and early 70s.
And 50s and 40s.
We never played like that.
Yeah, it's something else, isn't it?
Totally.
I mean, even I think under Paisley it was beautiful to watch, and Dalglish it was great to watch. But this is something else. This is just.
It was that good to watch. I mean, don't get me wrong. Love Paisley. He's my absolute idol. But it was constantly controlled possession. It was more like the, Barcelona model of recent years, where it was all about possession until you just ran the other team into the ground and then scored. It wasn't always that good to watch. I mean, it was fantastic. It was absolutely dominant, but I'm not sure it was the greatest watch. It could be at times, it could be wrong because it was just so dominant, and
I hear what you're saying, but it's got relatively speaking, because then that's all we knew back then. We didn't realise there was a brand of football like this.
Yeah, it was a different game.
Yeah,
exactly.
Could do with a still going through though, and siding people in half. We missed that. That's
Tommy
all
Smith.
I miss in
Whoa.
those kind of things. I still miss the odd chat. No, I don't mean from us. I'm talking about football. It lacks that little bit.
It's all a bit balletic, isn't it, at the minute?
Oh yeah, that's a good point, Ali. Yeah, I mean, who do you think the modern day Souness is? And I think in our team, I think it's Fabinho without the aggression kind of thing. He still gets the job done without all the rough stuff. I think.
Not sure.
No, because none of them have got that all round. None of them score the goals and tackles
Yeah, that's
and
true. The
play
goals,
at the
yeah.
passes as well. I mean, there's ones who've got aspects of it. I'd say the closest is, surprisingly, I'd say the probably closest is Trent, and he's playing at right back. But that's how good he is. Because Souness is the best midfielder I've ever seen play the game.
It's incredible how good he was. It was insane. But again, would Souness flourish in today's game? Probably.
I think he just
Probably.
changed his game.
He'd have to change his game.
Yeah. And I think he would do. He wasn't a stupid player. He was that brutal because he could be.
Yeah.
You know,
Agree.
I think it's the same
Yeah,
with most of them, the likes of Tommy Smith, Nobby Styles, all them. They were brutal because they could be.
Oh,
If
yeah.
they couldn't be,
Norman
they just
Hunter.
couldn't. Yeah.
I mean,
Norman Hunter, yeah.
Oh.
Chopper Yates.
Yeah.
Any of them, they
Billy Bremner.
Yeah, any of them.
Billy Bremner, yeah. Him and Emlyn were going out in the Cherry Shield.
I'm sure
Kevin
he
Keegan,
used to
wasn't
be
it?
armed.
Yeah. I mean, you can name almost any player. I mean, Vinnie Jones stood out because he played like an old style player.
Yeah.
It wasn't because he was particularly brutal, really.
Who's the last footballer? I think I'm answering my own question. That Graham Souness type figure. It's probably Roy Keane, right?
No, Roy Keane dreamed to
He
be
didn't
this
have,
good as
yeah.
Souness. He was good,
No,
but he
that kind
wasn't.
of that type, that snarly, aggressive tackler kind of thing. You know,
Yeah, but
I know
Souness was a
that you
creative
can't.
passer. He was a goal scorer.
Yeah.
He was, he was everywhere. He was
Everything,
proper
yeah.
general. Keane was more.
Yeah.
He was better, probably better defensively, but he was nowhere near the same level of creativity or passing.
I didn't think he had the intelligence.
No,
Keane.
He got sent off far too often. Silly things.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah, he didn't have the his mind over matter
I'd say
kind of thing.
Vieira was probably the closest in recent
Closest
years.
to, I was going to say, yeah. But why aren't they producing players like that anymore? Is it something that they just said, look, you've got to, football's changed, it's the modern game is different,
it's all
or
about technique. Now, well, you watched, if you've ever been seeing academy football and that now, or academy training sessions, or any it's all about technique rather than anything. You know, there's none of this getting, kicking each. They don't go full-blooded challenges in the academy and that. But it's all technique-based stuff. And so they're not learning.
So
and to be
it gets
fair,
coached out of you.
Yeah, it's difficult for players to be that aggressive because they no longer play out like they used to. So they're not used to even falling over. Because Man United at 7, I think it was, the under-7 group, they had to introduce classes in teaching kids how to fall over without hurt. How to be. So if they get tackled or just slip over and that, so they don't hurt themselves. I mean, that's what we learn naturally as kids, but kids these days don't learn it. So they have to teach them it. I mean, how sad is that?
Yeah, it's a sad reflection on football, really.
I don't think it's football; it's society that's a problem. Football can only teach what it can teach. They're having to teach them how to make up for the fact that kids aren't playing out anymore. It's all sat inside playing video games and stuff.
Fair enough, yeah. Any other standouts from the games, guys? The game today?
I don't know. I mean, Robertson ran himself into the ground, but he had a few dodgy moments, but he did play. I mean, he didn't play badly, but it's just for Robertson.
Yeah, he had a couple of wild passes, didn't he?
I mean,
the one at the end when he went across field and it went for a yeah.
Yeah, he completely got that wrong. But he's probably knackered, not being funny. It's a shame Keita didn't play as well. Shame he got up that.
Oh yeah, what happened? He's done his groin or something, didn't he?
Warm-up. He probably should have been. See, that's the problem. He wasn't out on the park with the Sheffield United lot, so he's picking up knocks now.
He could have pushed them on the swing.
Yeah.
Mate,
Try and get them to go right round.
Yeah, over the bar.
Yeah, over the bar.
but you know what? The Sheffield United are my team of the season, pretty much, as well as us. So that was I mean, it was a brilliant, really was a brilliant result and a good performance. Right, you could have pushed him on the swing.
Oh,
God.
That was 20 minutes ago.
Right. Well.
It's
If
a good job you
Keith
don't
is
come to
injured,
any
we have.
of our family gatherings.
Oh my
you'd
God,
never
he'd
do
be
anything
dead.
but cry. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd just be in the corner creased up.
Keith
Anyway,
is injured, and Minamino comes in.
Yeah. So, what do you reckon for the cup? Weak or strong?
I think he'll go medium. I think he'll. I think Origi's got to play
I didn't
because.
offer you that option. You bottled that.
It's
That's
either
in
yes or
between.
no.
Yeah, sit
Weak
on the
or strong.
fence. Sit on the fence.
You'll get splinters in your bum.
Yeah, he's gonna go. He won't be strong. I don't think. I don't think. We've got enough players to go strong.
So do you reckon that Phillips will make his debut?
I hope so. Yeah, I really do because I'd drop Virgil for that for sure and play him with Gomez.
Wouldn't you drop Gomez as well, just to be on the safe side? Because he's had a few injuries and that. Might be time to give him a rest
Matip's
as
back
well.
in it, but I think Matip's back. Yeah, Matip. But would you go with such an experienced back too? Yeah, true. But he's back the following game after the Everton game, isn't he? So he needs match fitness. I agree with you. But would you go Phillips and Hoover for an FA Cup game against your rivals and your City rivals?
See, I'd go weak. It's irrelevant, and I'd go so weak that it would look disrespectful to Everton.
And we probably stuffed them.
And we probably win anyway.
No, because they've got Carlo in charge now, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
Winner.
obviously they're going to win the league and the FA Cup and the League Cup and the Champions League, even though they're not in them. In fact, I believe that the next step is we're getting the Club World Cup straight off.
You win the lot.
Because it wasn't really ours, it should be Everton's now they've got Carlo. That's the next step. In fact, I think that's probably why we only got one game to wear the badge. Because it's going to Everton afterwards.
Yeah, he'll have Howard Kendall's jock strap on or something when he.
Yeah, that's the point. What bit of Kendall has he got? Because if Duncan Ferguson had the watch that we never stopped bloody hearing about. So what bit of Howard Kendall is Carlo Ancelotti?
I think he's got his eye. I think he's got his eyes, isn't he?
Toenail clippings, I bet.
Yeah. What did you think of
Yeah, that'll be good.
We're going way back now. What did you think of Howard Kendall, Ali?
Howard who?
Kendall.
Yeah.
Howard,
well, I mean, who?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's just who.
How many titles did he take him to? How much did they win under Howard?
I always thought it was 2, but
yeah, I thought it was 2, but it might have been 3 at most.
Yeah.
He threw one away because he replaced Andy Gray with Gary Lineker, and Gary Lineker was too selfish. How
can you remember that far back?
Well,
he's got nothing else in his life.
Kendall's my mum's little brother's. It's one of his best mates. So I do hear a lot of it. You know what I mean about those days, and because they were competing with us then. So. And plus, you never hear the end of it from our end as well. Because that's the only time they've ever known success.
Just think if your parents hadn't got married, you could have been an Evertonian.
What, because you're bastards? Sorry.
A bastard and an Everton supporter.
No, that's it. You can't be... No. If anybody says to you, do you support Liverpool and Everton? You just say, well, my parents were married, so it has to be Liverpool. Oh, hang on, he's got it.
It took him a while. I didn't mean to say that out loud. It's only when I said it I realised.
Terrific. Ali, you've got to come on every week. we won't get much done, but you got to get on.
Yeah, this is already taken about
Brilliant.
5 hours to do
Yeah.
a
Brilliant.
10-minute
Brilliant.
podcast.
Yeah. I don't do a lot of football.
Well, Minamino has to make his debut,
I
right?
hope
Oh,
so.
yeah.
I hope so. I'd
Yeah,
love to
bring
see
him on. Give him a run out.
Can't wait to see him.
Out against Everton to start off with. It might overawe him with the majesty of Carlo's team.
All right, then let's talk about Carlo. You've been digging him all podcast. Hello.
Sorry, my mum's falling asleep here, so she's gonna head off.
I'm in my pajamas.
She's already in her pajamas, like so.
Ali, thank you so much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure.
No problem at all.
All right, darling. I'll talk to you soon.
As soon as we
all right?
get rid of him, we'll just have our show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Listen, and when we get that Netflix special, we'll go 50-50, all right?
Was Netflix something weird on the internet?
It's a bit like
You've not heard of
TV,
All right.
but on
but
demand.
but it's streaming.
Oh, but I'm streaking.
Yeah, streaking. Yeah, that's
it. Yeah. That's
on demand.
it. Yeah, you got to stream.
Yeah, on demand. Yeah. Hey.
We can do that.
It's like Babe Station.
Yeah. And imagine everybody, I don't know what she's got on, but it needs ironing.
She's gone now.
Mate, honestly,
that's once too many. Night, ma'am.
Oh, too good. Too funny, that mum of yours. Right.
You don't have to put up with her, mate.
Oh, she's amazing. She destroys you.
Oh, trust me, I know I grew up with it, remember?
Yeah, absolute gold she is. Right, let's get back to Liverpool-Everton.
Okay, right, so who'd you go with then? Minamino up front, who with?
Origi. I would play...
Defo Origi, yeah, defo.
Yeah, for sure. Midfield, I do Milner. I do Jones for sure. I do Curtis Jones. I play Elliott on the right.
Do
honestly,
Curtis Jones, would you? Is this like your coming out party here? It's a bit young for you, mate, but you know.
Nothing wrong with Curtis Jones. But anyway, that's a conversation for another day.
He's a very nice lad, but...
Yeah, but on the left, who would you go with?
Well, Minamino will play on the left, won't he? He'll be the left side. Divvy in the middle. Harvey Elliott on the right. And then in midfield...
Kind of Shaqiri won't be playing.
Jones. Either, so it's got to be Lallana, hasn't it? I know that'll please
Milner.
you. I don't know who the third one. See, I'd say Milner, but he's just had 90 minutes, hasn't he? So it's a tough one because he's not going to get much rest now, is he?
When's the game? Saturday or Sunday?
I think Sunday, isn't it? Hang on, I'll have a look. Because it's difficult. You lose track of days here, I tell you. Like over the East, over the summer. You know what I mean. Over the thing. It's got to be Sunday, hasn't it? Can't be Saturday, because that'd be like we'd only have 48 hours, and you wouldn't do that, would you? Yeah, Sunday.
No.
4:01. What's with this 1 minute past kickoff, anyway? I've been meaning to ask. I've seen this, but I haven't seen anywhere where it says why. I'm waiting for them to ask.
I'm waiting for them to start kicking off at 4:20.
Why 4:20?
You're so square, you don't even get the reference. It's a marijuana reference.
I'm sorry, that way over my head.
You're
that
so,
one, mate. Yeah, no, wouldn't
so
get it.
old. Get with the link, the vernacular, the street vernacular, mate.
That might have been that might have been a relevant saying in the 1950s when you were a kid. But obviously, me being a lot younger than you, it goes.
Mate, I was
for my time.
1850s. You're giving me too much. I'm 1850s, mate.
Yeah, what did I say? 1950. Oh, sorry, mate. Didn't mean to insult you and suggest
So,
you were 100 years younger.
in all seriousness, do you think he'll go pretty weak, or do you think he'll go strong?
I think he'll go weak.
I'm not.
I think he'll go with I'm saying pretty much what I'm thinking he'll go with. I think he'll play Elliott.
What about back four?
That's the only issue. I don't know what he's going to do with that. I really don't. I think he's got to go weak with that, hasn't he? Because he's got to save Virgil. Can't risk him. I mean, imagine if he gets injured playing in that.
Exactly. So, you really think he's not going to take it that seriously, the FA Cup?
It's not that he's not taking it seriously. I just think he will think that he could put out a team. I mean, we've already shown we've got the team to beat them, haven't we?
Yeah, but I get that. But the thing is, the likes of there's no Cater, there's no Shaqiri, there's no. Excuse me. That's our situation, our injury situation when we played them in the league is a lot worse now than it was then. So I'm not sure that he's going to go that weak. I mean, I don't see how he's going to play Phillips. And
the problem is, if you don't, Everton are just going to go down and kick them because that's the way they play. They're going to go down and try and nobble someone, and so you don't want to risk anything.
I understand that. I understand. I mean, is that a thing? Is that actually a thing that they're going to go out and get? Carlo will tell them, you just...
It doesn't matter. That's how they play. Everton have always done that against Liverpool in the derbies. It's just always been a thing. It's always been... That's why they get... it's called equalising the odds, isn't it? When you're playing against a better team, you've got to kick them into submission. I mean, let's face it, they're a lower league team. They're punching above their weight getting into the Premier League, so they've got to kind of equalise the odds a bit.
Yeah, but can you actually envision? I mean, the likes of Williams, Nat Phillips, playing in the back four. Hoover. I mean, that's such an inexperienced lineup.
He's got to play Phillips because there's no point bringing him back if he's not going to give him games.
Yeah, I think that he'll play that. That's a necessity and exactly. You don't see the point of him bringing him back he's brought him back for what, a short period, isn't he? He's going back again.
Well, yeah, he'll go probably unless somebody has a setback, he'll go back there.
Exactly, yeah, but it's so basically he's only brought him back for a month.
Yeah,
I'm assuming
that was the whole point of it. Yeah, just bringing him back to cover while those two are out injured. Lovren and Matip, because they should be back for February.
Then he'll play, yeah. Exactly. So he'll play. He'll play Phillips for sure. I wouldn't play. For sure, wouldn't play Virgil. But left back, right back, they're like getting flogged at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Robbo and Trent.
They got to be. I can't see them playing. That's what I'm saying. I think he's going to go weak because, what choice does he have? Trent and Rob, they can't play again. I mean, Robertson done in at the end there.
Yeah. So if we lose to Everton in the FA Cup at Anfield on Sunday, it won't be reflective. It won't.
Do you think any Liverpool fan will really care?
Yeah. No, I mean, no. You've got a good point. I mean,
sunk the FA Cup.
Yeah.
It just
FA Cup. Yeah.
I mean,
if we
weren't at the top of the league.
Yeah.
Then we'd be everything on that, but we are. So it become we're still in the Champions League. It's become a minor competition compared to the other two.
Gotcha.
Is the thing.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I understand
it's
totally.
Shame,
yeah,
because I love the FA Cup. But
yeah. Oh well, we'll see. All will be revealed because Shaqiri and Keita have no chance of playing, right?
Well, I don't know, because Keita might have just been... they were suggesting it was just a precaution they pulled him out, which would be... So hopefully... never know.
Shaqiri's is a 10-day thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like he's... from what I've been told, he looks like he's... you can never be 100% sure, because they're not always honest, are they? But I think he's out until... he's out at least a week.
Gotcha. So let's talk about the Carlo bounce that you've been making digs at him all podcast. Carlo Ancelotti.
It's not him I'm having digs. It's the way he's been portrayed in the media as if they've got like the second coming and they're going to win everything, because that's the way it's being portrayed, and it's like
Right.
The man's. It doesn't matter how good he is. He still needs to build a team. He hasn't got one there. It's going to take time, and well, I can't see them doing it with Brands as the guy choosing the players, because he's awful.
Okay. I've just got a text message saying.
Oh, you've got a friend. Wow. You
Right,
didn't need to tell us though, mate. You know what I mean?
Chief writer for the Echo, Ian Doyle, saying Klopp has gone. What?
What?
That can't be true.
Klopp has gone where?
I don't know. Wait up.
What are you on about?
Somebody's just texted me saying Klopp has gone. Rubbish.
Klopp has gone where? That's the question, isn't it?
I suppose he's goading me. He's goading me, probably. Wait up. Yeah, he's goading me, I bet. Anyway, so talk to me about Carlo. Sorry, I just shocked me there for a second.
It shocked me. I still can't believe you've actually got a friend.
I've actually got two now. Your mum now.
That wouldn't
Me
count.
and your mum are besties.
That's a point. Did you see the touch by Firmino on the edge of the box?
Yes.
That where he stuck his heel, the inside leg out. I mean, that was class.
Sex, wasn't it? And that shot off.
When he's on fire, he's just incredible. He did give a few balls away in that, but some of his stuff is just incredible. Some of his hard work is brilliant.
Okay, there's a tweet from Ian Doyle, right? The Liverpool Echo's chief writer, and it says Klopp has gone.
Really?
I'm sure it's a joke. I'm forward it on to you now. I'm sure it's a joke. I've just sent you the text. I've just sent you. I WhatsApped it to you.
That would be a shock and a half. That one. That would be more of a shock than the Shankly going.
That's not true. It can't be true. If that's true, I bet City believe they could win the league now.
That would be a collapse if they did, because he is the main thing.
We just spent an hour and a half eulogising about him. How embarrassing was that going to be if he has? What would he go for?
Well, exactly. Where would he go?
No, but what reason? There'd be no reason to go. I mean, it's not as if he's just signed a new contract, right?
Well, this could be the Carlo effect coming in. And obviously, then of course, you've got West Ham having Moyes, who all he does is win. He said so himself. It's what he does. Maybe He's getting nervous.
God, that's flattened me a little bit, mate. I must admit. My bounce has gone now.
Oh, you'll get worried, aren't you?
Listen. 99.9% of me, right, knows it's not right. It knows it's BS, right? But there's that 0.1%, that always thinks, oh, I hope he's getting Klopp is getting 8 hours sleep at night. I hope he's eating properly. I hope he's not walking in the rain so he don't get struck by lightning, so nothing happens to him. Anyway, mate, let's talk about the Carlo bounce.
Well, I mean, they'll improve because they've got rid of Marco Silva and he was holding them back, so they will be better. But I just think it's people are getting a bit carried away, and he needs time to recover there. You know what I mean? It's not going to be. It's not going to be this season. It's going to be a season or two down the road that they'll be back up.
But what's his ambitions? Is it top 6? Is it top 4? Is it Premier League winners?
His ambition is to be paid as much as possible.
Of course, no, I understand that. But what I'm saying is, what is his brief? Is his brief to take them to top 6, top 4?
I'm assuming they wouldn't have employed him if they didn't intend to get Champions League football. Maybe not this season, but that's definitely going to have to be the aim. Or they wouldn't employ someone like him.
Will they give him the funds?
Oh, they'll spend heavily. They will give him plenty of money to for Silver's team. They just bought badly. They got a manager and a what's his title now? Brands. I've forgotten what his title is now because they changed it. Anyway, him and neither of them have got an idea how to build a team, so they're going to need Ancelotti to sort that out for them. Decide how to build it and what players he wants and needs and that. The worrying thing is he's brought his son with him as the fitness coach. The one that the Bayern Munich players were talking about. Got better coaching at their school. Their kids' school team gets better coaching and stuff. Remember? I don't know if you remember that. And they were training and they went to the park after training. The Bayern Munich players, they all took themselves off to the local park and then trained on there because the training wasn't. They felt like they weren't training enough under Ancelotti. So, yes, that's got to be a worry. I had to keep that going well then, didn't I? Had to keep talking while you vanished again.
Me just. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're there. Don't worry.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah. So they're no threat to us, basically.
Well, not this season.
Well, any season really. Let's face it. I mean,
they'll improve. It's just whether they'll improve before Ancelotti's son ruins their fitness. That's the big issue. Because he's not good on the fitness side.
Yeah, but he's brought his son in as well, like you say, so that's not going to improve, yeah.
And the Premier League is a different league from like Italy and Spain and that. You need to be, it's very high paced and that. If your fitness is a problem, you only have to look at Watford. That's why they're struggling at the bottom. It's not no other reason. It's because every year they do this. They have the same problem. They have no fitness at all amongst the players. They're just not fit enough. That's why they get so many. So they have hundreds of soft tissue injuries because they're just not fit enough.
Well, Nigel Pearson's got them going again.
Yeah, because he'll have them fitter, and that'll be the big difference, significant difference. Because if you're not fit enough, you run out of legs, and teams just overrun you. And then obviously you get a few injuries, you're in trouble.
Absolutely. Mate, shall we get on to the miscellaneous stuff? That's enough about Ancelotti, I think.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the injured players update. Anything to report?
Well, obviously we can't do anything. Say anything about the new ones because they're recent. Though it looks like, apart from Shaqiri, looks like he should be back in a week. Matip's expected to be back possibly in a week, but. To be honest, I think it's probably next. He's not going to make it for the Everton game, so it's probably next month before he's back. Really, Lovren's still out for a while. They've still not given him a return date. Then I was going to say time frame. Now you know what I mean.
Time frame, yeah.
Brewster's picked up a knock as well, which is an issue because otherwise you'd be thinking. He's obviously he's been injured for a while, hasn't he? Actually, thinking about it.
I want to talk about him. Actually, I want to talk about him in a minute. So what about the Ox? Is he running again? I think
he's got a damaged ligament, so ankle ligament. So I would say you're probably looking at a month at least for him. Naby obviously depends on how bad it is. Because they said it was a precaution, but that doesn't necessarily mean it isn't bad, obviously. But you're probably looking at 6 weeks at most, I would say, is the usual worst, if that's... Fabinho's the other one, isn't it?
Yeah, he can't catch a break, that poor navigator.
I think it's next month we're looking up for him, because they still haven't given a date. So next month is probably the earliest.
So we're... this just makes it even more impressive. We've been really decimated with injuries, and we're still ridiculously way off.
Well, it just seems like whoever comes in just players better than they were
Exactly.
before.
I mean, absolutely. And it just, if we do win the Prem this year, oh my God, it's so deserved because we've had major injuries. We've had the best goalkeeper in the world out and been replaced by a West Ham reject, right?
Yeah, a guy that was
And we
on
won 6 or 7 in a row.
Exactly, yeah, a guy who was on a free transfer because he didn't have a team, and we've stamped him
Exactly.
up, and he's been brilliant for us.
Absolutely. And Kate has been out, an important. He's a first team player on his day. There's been what's his name? Gomez has been out again, a first team player. We've had Salah out. We've had help me here. I'm struggling.
Matip.
Lovren, Matip. Yeah, again,
Ox,
Matip, first team player.
Constantly
Ox,
picking up knocks.
squad player. Exactly. It's not as if we haven't had. We've had plenty.
And obviously,
injuries.
you're missing out Klein.
Oh, yeah, Klein. And Fabinho, the linchpin, really, of that team.
Yeah, when he went
Him
out,
and Alisson.
you were expecting that to be that would have been the one that I thought might derail us, if anything.
Absolutely, but nothing. Absolutely. So it's deserved. We're the lofty position where we are is fully deserved because it's not as if we've had plain sailing with injuries. Not at all.
No, and they're, none of them are like injuries of our own making, apart from like this, possibly this groin one and thighs. A couple of thigh injury with Lovren and Shaqiri that could have, ones that you could avoid possibly, potentially. The rest of them are those impact injuries you can't do anything about.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Naby because his injury record in Germany was exemplary. He never was injured. Very rarely he missed games.
Suddenly picking up all these silly knocks.
Yeah, hopefully he can get it together. All right, mate. Let's talk about January transfers. Do you think there'll be any ins and outs?
I think Brewster. Well, we've already got Minamino, of course, but I think Brewster's probably going to get. It's likely he'll go out on loan.
What's going on with him? Is it just he's not getting game time, or is he just isn't as good as?
Well, he's not as good as he thinks he is. I mean, he's a good player, but when he's played, he's not performed, has he? And when he did play, it was only cup matches. So, I mean, to be fair to the lad, he's not had a run of games to really step up to the plate, has he? So he's not been able to get ready. So he's saying he's not as good as he thinks he is. It's not all to do with him. He's not had the chance to grow into the team either, unfortunately.
There's a school of thought to suggest that said that if he was healthy, if he was fit, he would have played tomorrow and then gone out. He would have played against Everton in the FA Cup and then gone out on loan. Is there any credence to that?
I think it's probably very likely he would have played because Klopp wanted to give him as much time as possible. But yeah, I think he's probably likely to just go out on loan. So there's been quite a bit of interest. Depends on how fit he is as well. This is the issue.
Yeah.
If he's not going to get fit, if he's not going to be fit for a long time, then he's not going to get a team interested in taking him on loan.
And we want somebody to play him. We need a guarantee for somebody to play him.
Someone like Palace would have been ideal, especially as it looks. They're trying to clear space for a striker. Like
they apparently Swansea are very keen, right?
Yeah, I think that wouldn't be a bad place for him.
Yeah. You think we'll get any cover for Robbo or Trent, or do you think they'll stick with Williams and Larouci?
I think we've just got to the point where trying to find someone who'll come in and be cover is really difficult, and that's the problem.
No loans or anything.
Well, if we can find someone, I think we would, but I think it's just a real job finding anyone worth taking. The kind of players that are available are the ones that aren't going to improve aren't going to improve on the kids, let alone on the first team. So,
yeah, I hear you.
It's just not as easy as saying, we'll go and get, go and sign, say, Lucas Digne like Everton did, because he could sign for Everton because the only opposition was Leighton Baines, who's getting on, and he knew he'd be able to take. He's got a chance of pushing him out of the way.
He goes
Robertson's not
straight
old
into the
enough,
team.
is
He
he?
goes straight into the team. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you go
Robertson's a
straight into the team.
youngster and Trent's a kid. You're not looking at going straight into it. Liverpool team. There's just no way. It doesn't matter how good you are, because those two are among the two best in the world. So.
Yeah, not with the stats that they're pushing out every game. So it's ridiculous. Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah. So, what do you think of this Williams kid? Is he able to deputise if the others help him, or is he?
Do you know what?
Or you
I
can't
think
judge him.
the way we're playing, I think you could probably put any of any of our youngsters or any of our midfield or anything in there. To be honest, these days at the moment, I think we could get away with it. But whether they'll
help him out. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know whether he's ready for long term, but I think he's good enough to cover. Yeah. I like the look of him, but he needs games. And this is where we got the problem. What we really needed was, like Everton have got Leighton Baines and Seamus Coleman, the experienced heads on the bench, as cover.
Yeah, we've got that in Milner in a little bit.
Yeah, but he's not. I mean, as a fullback, actual outfield
right.
fullback.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
To give Milner the freedom to just play in midfield.
Yeah, no, I get that totally. Like a Johnny Evans has gone to Leicester kind of thing and done his thing there. Yeah, no, I understand totally. Because I think that's it. And I think Klopp has said as much. He said in an interview or press conference the other day, he said, I think it's highly unlikely we do any more business.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult when you're in this position because while all players want to go to you, they also, they want to know that there's a plan there's a plan to play them. And, well, yeah. I mean, how do you get in that team at the moment?
Yeah, exactly. Anything else you want to add, mate?
Nothing I can think of at the moment.
Oh well, mate. I think it's. We'll leave it there. We just just to thank your mum and for me.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
She was an absolute superstar today, mate. We should have her on again
like that.
very soon.
God, don't tell her. God, she's going to go to her head. I'll never hear the end of this now.
All right, mate. See you next
She'll want
Thursday.
paying next. All right, see you later, mate. Take care.